guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Samantha Izundu if you are new here, and today we are talking about my makeup favorites of 2022. In this category we're talking about highlighter, blush, bronzer, face palettes, both cream and powder. I'm really only doing 3 videos. I've already done my complexion, which I'll cut up here if you haven't seen it yet, and that was like powders, concealers, primers, foundation and setting spray. So that was that already done. The sequence I'm going to do is powder, powder, cream, highlighter, powder, cream, blush, powder, cream / liquid, bronzer, and then I'll do face palettes at the end. Okay, so I just want to premise that these are products that are new to me this year. Most of the products are new this year, but some of them are just new to me, which I wanted to also shout out. Let's get into it, shall we? We're going to start with highlighter. We're going to start with powder highlighter. I only have one. Actually, it's so funny, like blush I have lots of face palettes, but like certain things I just have one of. This is one of those categories. This is brand new to me, but it was love at first application. This is the Bobbi Brown highlighting powder in Pink Glow. It is stunning. It really is just a glow. It's not like intense, which is what I like in a highlighter. See, it's just stunning. I totally understand the hype, and it is just stunning, and I'm so happy to have this in my collection. So yeah, just one powder highlight today, but I have 3 liquid, cream and liquid. So the first one is from Australis. This is the It Girl highlighting stick, Dewy and Daring highlighter. Now I was not going to buy this because I don't need as many highlighters as I need more blush and bronzer in terms of like what I love, but when I swatch this, it's absolutely stunning. It's this here. It's got a really soft gold. Let me do a little bit more, but it just looks really nice and natural on the skin, kind of like just like glistening in the sun. It's very pretty, very good quality, and I paid $7.50 for this. I think it retails for $15. So that was the surprise of the year. Very surprised, because I do find a lot of highlighter sticks sticky. It's not sticky at all. It's not sticky at all. If anything, it like dries down. It's really nice. I have, this is not a new product, but it's new to me, the Kevyn Aucoin Glass Glow Face. I have the shade Prism Rose. It's probably my favorite highlighter of the year. Like, it is spectacular. You don't need a lot, and it is a liquid, and it's got the tiniest bit of stickiness, but not enough to be an issue. So it's only minimal sticky. It's in between oil and balm. Does that make sense? But it's honestly just the most beautiful. You can just see the dewy wetness. It's fantastic. I highly recommend. You can get this one at Mecca. And then lastly, we have the MCO Beauty Highlight and Glow Beauty Wand in Champagne Glow. I also have the Charlotte Tilbury Spotlight, but I prefer this one. And I'll tell you why I prefer this one, because the other one, Charlotte Tilbury one, it dries really quickly, and I find I just get like a strip. Whereas this is it doesn't dry down as much. Doesn't mean it's like wet, it just sits on the skin nicer, I think. It's so pretty. So it's the dupe, and I prefer it. So that's it there. Really nice soft glow. It's a similar tone to the Australis. These are the tones that I like, really soft gold and soft pink. They're the two that I gravitate towards, as you can see in my favorites. Okay, next we have blush. I have 3 powder blushes and a lot of liquid cream. So we'll start with the ColourPop. This is not brand new, but it is new to me. The ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in Chiffon. This is a blush highlighter hybrid. I would wear it more as like a blush topper, but it is pretty beautiful. So I bought this thinking it was a full-on blush, but it's really not, because it's quite translucent. It is kind of a highlighter, I guess. I guess it is a highlighter. I just don't really know what to categorize it in, because it's kind of in between. So you can see a little bit of color there. Isn't it stunning? I got this on discount too. It's so pretty. So I kind of call it a blush topper because it does have a little bit of, tiniest bit of pigment, but it's still quite. And then my other two powder blushes are actually the same brand. RMS Beauty. These are the Redimension Hydra Powder Blush. These, blush of the year. Yeah, blush of the year. These are the winners for me in the blush category. I have two shades. I have French Rosé. I love it. This is like a baked gelée formula. So it's a powder, but it looks like a cream. And then Hanky Panky. When I tell you, I want all of them, but I'm gonna stay with these two because this looks like it's purple, but it's actually really warm burnt toned. So there it is there, but watch this. When you blend it out, it kind of goes like a warm burnt look, but it's still got that purple. Yeah, I gotta blend it out more. Still got that purple reflect, but it looks more like that on the skin. So pretty. Oh, this hand looks stunning. Love it. And then French Rosé. I just love a baby pink blush. I just love it. And this one is like the best kind of baby pink blush you could get because it's got a beautiful shimmer to it. So these are very pigmented. So me swatching this, it doesn't look like that on your skin. You use a light hand with the brush because they are very pigmented. But they are stunning. Every time I wear them, I'm just like, I love blush. This is why I love blush. Like, oh my gosh. 3 very different blushes there. Oh, yeah. Definitely my favorite blush of the year. I might treat myself to another one. I'd like maybe like an orangey one. But honestly, I love these ones so much. Or maybe I don't even need it. I've got a lot of makeup. And then I have 6 cream liquid blushes. So that's okay. It's been a season of cream, hasn't it? So I'm going to start with products that are not new this year, but are new to me. So the first one is the Bobbi Brown Crushed Creamy Color for Cheeks and Lips. This is the shade Creamy Coral. And I wore this the other day in my Bobbi Brown video. I'll tag it here if you want to watch it. I did a full face of Bobbi Brown. And it's so pretty. It just looks like a nice wash of color. I'm actually going to put it next to the next one we're going to talk about because they're quite similar. But I think this has a little bit more red in it. Oh, it's so pretty. And it's for the lips as well. Same as the MCO Beauty Cheek and Lip Tint in the shade Tango. This I think is a little bit more coral peachy. They're quite similar. I would say this, because they're both cheek and lip, I would say the MCO Beauty one is a little bit more of a, no, it's got a glow. Well, they're very similar actually. It's a thinner consistency. So this one here is the MCO Beauty Tango, and then that's Crushed Coral from Bobbi Brown. So they're very similar, but I'd say this one's more red. This one's more orange. But they're a similar texture. They don't stay tacky. They kind of, they've got a glow, but it's like an oily glow rather than a tacky glow. And then these are all 3 similar packaged. Then we have the Barry M Cheek and Lip Tint. Oh, they're all cheek and lip tints. There you go. Fresh Face in the shade, I know I've seen it, Deep Rose. This is like similar to the purple RMS blush. It's got that beautiful burnt look. And I actually like these on my no makeup days because I can use this as a bronzer and a blush. And I'll show you why. It's so pretty. I got this on clearance at Big W. It's so pretty. When you use it lightly with like a stippling brush, it's so pretty. So I got this really cheap. I don't even know if you can get it. I'll have a really link down below. I'll see if I can find this product. But it's so beautiful. And I'd say it's less glowy than the others, but not matte. It just kind of dries down to natural, like more of like a stain. I love these kinds of products because they look super natural on the skin, like they're not heavily pigmented. So I do love those lip and cheek kind of products. Not all though. These are the ones that I love. Okay, we have the Jewelry and Daring Blush from Australis. I bought 2, but this is the one that I love the most. This is Girl Next Door. in stick form, and it's just a really beautiful neutral blush. Really nice. Dry down similar to the lip and cheek tints that I just showed, but I would say there's a tiny bit more pigment. Then we have the Charlotte Tilbury, oh, this is another lip and cheek but in a pot. Lip and Cheek Glow in Color of Dreams. This I use truly as a lip and cheek. I love this kind of color. Actually, there's a common theme here. And this is a little bit thicker, but I pretty much only use my finger with this because it's a little bit thicker. So it blends out much better with the warmth of your finger. But see how it's like, it's so good. And even on the lips, it is just beautiful. I think a lot of people will review this poorly, but I think it's because you've got to use your fingers. That's my opinion anyway. And then lastly, I got the Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks blush stick in the brand new shade Mimi. So this is new. These two are definitely new. I have a feeling that's last year. And this is stunning. It's actually similar to the other two shades I've just swatched. They're all kind of got a rosiness to them, but still very neutral. This is the most pigmented of them all. It's definitely more of a cream. I would not say it's balmy, but it's almost like, this is almost like in between these two, don't you think? All different shades of neutral plums. But nonetheless, I need them all. I need them all for different occasions, different moods, different videos. I can justify it. And then bronzers is pretty low. I'm surprised. I'm someone who loves bronzer, but I don't buy a lot of bronzer because I love panning bronzers. And I think I've been really focusing on my Project Pan one. I haven't bought a lot of bronzers, I've got to say. I have one on my wish list that I've always wanted to buy. It's the Hourglass bronzer. One day I will get it. And the Laura Mercier bronzers, they're no longer in store, and I had no notice of when it went out of the stores. So I think there's limited stock online. I think I'm going to buy the Laura Mercier bronzer and highlighter. When I tell you, out of this world, they're a baked formula. They are soft, the tones are beautiful. I will be buying that. I don't know if you guys know, but I've been raving out about one bronzer ever since I got it. It's the Revlon Skin Lights. Someone told me it's being discontinued. And I don't have words, because this is one of the best bronzers that's ever touched my face. It is like, it's like a creamy powder, but it's not a cream. It's just like so buttery soft. The tone is perfect. It's very neutral. Like, look at this. Watch this. It is the most beautiful bronzer, and I don't know how this didn't go viral. I really don't understand it. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's got the lightest bit of like illumination. See? Kind of like how Laguna is radiant without being glittery or shimmery. It's that kind of vibe. But it's like, the color of it is like you've been tanning for a whole month straight. It's got a beautiful like sun red tone to it, which I love in a bronzer. I think that makes it look like very naturally bronzed. So I need to investigate and definitely buy back up if it is being discontinued, because I can't have this not in my life. I can't have that. And then I have one cream and then one liquid. Now the cream, Australis again, they hit it out of the park with this collection. I gotta say, I loved the highlighter, blush and bronzer, as you can tell, because it's in my favorites. Just a really good formula, good colors. So this is the shade Summer Fling. There were two. This is the one for more fair to light skin. As you can see, it's quite comparable to the Mecca Max. I want to say the Mecca Max, I can't remember what they call it, the cream stick, is a little bit more cool toned. I'd say this has more neutrality to it, and it's a little bit more emollient. The Mecca one is a little bit stiffer. So this is so nice. And then the the liquid that I have is something that didn't really get spoken about, but it is new this year. The Brazilian Glow Bronzing Serum from Ciate. This is so natural. I'm going to show you. So it's got a pipette like this, and it's super runny, and it's almost like tanning for your face. I'll show you what I mean. It kind of stains, not like permanently, but it gives you a nice little glow. So you can use this not just as a bronzer, you can use it as a glow under your foundation. You could wear this alone just as a one-step situation. It's so natural and pretty. See how it's quite light compared to that? It is very light, but it is so beautiful. It's got a glow. It's really nice. It smells like coconut product. I wear this when I'm not wearing makeup, but I might have like, sometimes I'll wear just a tinted moisturizer, but I might put a little bit of that on just to give a little bit of color. But I'm not actually doing makeup. That's kind of the situation I'd wear that for. Or if I've maybe gradual tanned and I don't gradual tan my face, I could put this on and it will just kind of even it all out if I don't want to wear makeup. So those are all my singles, and then we've got 4 face palettes. So shall we get into that? I've got to say, no, 5 face palette, 1's a cream. I love a good face palette. When I travel, it's a face palette for me. I don't really do singles. I tend to just take 1 or 2 face palettes and then I'm sorted. And if that face palette also has eyeshadows, that's a bonus. So let's do the cream one first. It's the Ulta 3 Contour Goals palette. This is phenomenal. I actually took this away on my one and only holiday this year, and I love it because every single product in here is really good quality. There are 2 bronzers. I do tend to use this one more just because it's better for my skin tone. It's a little bit more neutral. And is that the one? Yeah. And the 2 blushes are beautiful. This one has shimmer, this one has no shimmer, but they're both creamy. And then we have 2 highlighters, one's more pink, one's more yellow. And I just, honestly, it's all good. Let me give you some swatches. It's so nice. It sits really well on the skin. It's really natural. This is what I would do for just cream. I really recommend this palette, and I'm certain it was under $15. And you can get Ulta 3 directly from their website, or you can get it from local chemists. For me, I don't think this came out this year, the Natasha Denona Glam Face palette, but I bought it this year. So she's new to me, my nearest and dearest. I love this palette because it's a full face palette, except for bronzer. We don't have bronzer, but that's okay, I forgive them. Now, I love this so much because this blush, phenomenal. Every time I wear it, it's so subtle, but so perfectly subtle. And this highlighter is 10 out of 10. I love these 2 products so much. And then the eyeshadows are my favorite eyeshadow formula is Natasha Denona. So love, I mean, you can't go wrong with a basic eye. Let's do some swatches. I'm definitely gonna do the blush and the highlighter. It's like, the blush is like a cream to powder, I reckon. It's so nice on the skin though. I feel like it looks better over makeup than swatched right now. I mean, it's still pretty swatched. Even the highlighter is not doing it justice right now. But when it's on the skin over makeup, it's like spectacular. Honestly, spectacular. So that's something that I know I've taken out like on a night away, like at a hotel or something with my husband. This is the perfect palette for that because it's just nice and basic, to the point. Know it's gonna look good, don't have to worry if it messes up or anything. So we've got that one. This definitely came out this year. You know what? One of my favorite bronzers I've lost. It's the Nars Laguna Cream Bronzer that came out this year. I can't find it anywhere. It was in my project pan. I have cleaned my room. I've looked for it. I cannot find it anywhere. Maybe my son took it. My son goes through my makeup, but I got no idea. And it wouldn't leave my room because it's not like I've gone anywhere, traveled anywhere for it to be leaving my house. I don't know where it is. But that actually, I should say, would be in my cream bronzer favorites because it is a favorite of mine. I just have lost it, completely lost it. So I'm not happy about that. And I'm saying that because I bought it at the same time as this palette. This is the Orgasm on the Beach Cheek palette. And it's like a baked gelée formula, and it's so good. So we've got 2 highlighters, 1, 2, and then 3 blushes. I've got to say, I love all of them. There's not one that I don't like. I actually really love the Orgasm because it's a baked gelée. It's a little bit more pink, I want to say. This is the Orgasm shade. It's really pretty as a baked gelée formula. I prefer it to their powder formula. Here's the highlighter. NARS highlighters are spectacular. I want to buy Fort de France. Can you see that? And then let's do another. I love this blush because it's a nice burnt color. You know, I love a plummy burnt color. So it's just a really, really top quality palette. This next palette is actually brand new to me, but as soon as I used it, I fell in love, so it became an instant favorite for the year. Some of these just got in because of Christmas time. You know, a lot of these stuff comes out just before Christmas because people are spending. This I just obtained from work. This is the Laura Mercier First Ball Cheek palette. It is so nice. So I find Laura Mercier a bit hit and miss with their highlighters. So there's that one baked one that I loved. Not the one with the waves in it. No, it's a baked, I don't even know what it's called. The one with the waves in it, I don't like. Then they brought out these new ones with the rose collection. They're not good. But these, I reckon if I swatch these, it's not gonna come up that good. Let me see, because I haven't actually swatched it. I've only used it. And when I used it, I had this beautiful, subtle glow, which is what I love. Let's see. Oh, yeah. It's kind of like at the ambient powder level, but a little bit more. Almost like the Hourglass Infinity palette powder. See, it's just got that really soft glow. It's stunning. And then there's a more yellow one as well. And then they've got 3 little blushes. I don't like how small the blushes are, but they're really, really pretty. So I'm gonna do all 3. I just think it's a really well done palette, really good quality. So you can see they're very soft, but they look really nice on the skin. Really, really nice, really soft. The whole face palette, when you use it, it just looks really nice on the skin, very natural and glowy. So I was really happy to get that. And it's a really nice size too. This is something I'll definitely travel with. And then lastly is probably the best holiday of 2022 is the Hourglass Elephant Palette. I didn't want the butterfly. It was for the fair skin, but I really want the bronzer because like I said before, I really want an Hourglass bronzer. And this one had it. It's not from their permanent collection, but I think this is the only permanent line pan, the dim light. Then we have soft light, which I don't think exists. This is the beaming strobe light. This is too dark for me, but I can use it when I'm fake tanned. This is the lustrous bronze light, iridescent coral and radiant rose. I think the blushes were better than the butterfly palette too. I just think this was overall better. The only difference is I wish, just personally for my skin tone, that this was a lighter highlighter. But this is for medium skin tone, so that is only a personal preference, not shading the palette at all. This is for medium skin tones. It's honestly so good. So I'm gonna show you, I don't have a favorite blush. One's cool toned, one's warm toned, and then there's the bronzer. Because for me, I wear blush to match my outfit or the occasion. So if I want cool toned, I'd go that one. If I want warm toned, I'll go the other. So I don't really have a favorite blush. They're both beautiful shades, beautiful shades. And I feel so fortunate to be able to own this because I know it's sold out. It's soft, it's beautiful, it's reliable, and it's truly a full face palette. So that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a like if you liked it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.